So I've been playing Expedition 33. Livid has been playing Expedition 33. Everybody under the sun should or is playing Expedition 33. We have reviewed the game. We've made guides for the game. It has just been a ton of fun to cover what, in my mind, is game of the year, top 10 game of all time, maybe top 5 depending on who you are. Just a stunning game from a studio that is brand new, has some really seasoned vets, specifically from Ubisoft. Yes, it's a smaller team. You know, I think the number was like 30 floating around, but it's bigger than 30 because there's testers and some other folks around there. But like, it's a small team by comparison. There is one thing that's happening right now with Expedition 33 that I just wanted to get on the soapbox, if you guys will grant me that moment for just 1 minute. Because right now, as we're building guides and releasing those videos on the channel, what I'm seeing is so many people commenting, oh, I just one-shot it with Mael. And I see a ton of videos out there, one-shot builds with Mael. I think those miss the point. And while, of course, you can play the game however you want, right? That's the beauty of games. You can do it whatever you want. You want to go cheese build, you can go cheese build. You want to play legit, you can play legit. You want to do something in between, that's fine too. But when you have a game that's so incredible, like Expedition 33, and you're cheesing it because you want to get through it fast, I think you have to step back and realize that a game like this does not come around that often. You're lucky if it comes around once in a lifetime, once in a decade, whatever. And a lot can change in a decade, right? You could completely fall in and out of love with gaming in a decade. So when I play a game like Expedition 33, and I've been playing it for a couple weeks now ahead of the launch, I think about all of the moments that I had with the game that were so incredible. A lot of it was story-driven, right? Of course, the story is brilliant. The writing, the voice acting, there is not another game that I can think of other than like maybe The Witcher 3 and Baldur's Gate 3 that are even in the same league as Expedition 33. And it's little things. It's little things like the interaction between characters talking over one another. That is incredibly hard to do and pull off in gaming. I don't know why it's not done more, but it's so human. And so that's the part that the one-shot builds just kind of take away, is the human element. When I was playing Expedition 33, one of the things that I loved so much was struggling, because it's such a brilliant game. Struggling to understand a new enemy's moveset, struggling to deal with a different combination of enemies, struggling to put together builds with new characters as I get new weapons and whatever. That's the beauty of a game like that. And when you diminish it to a one-shot build, when you take all of that away and you strip it down to, well, Mael can just one-shot everything, you lose all of that. You lose all of those moments, and you lose the journey for the destination, right? And I think that's really funny coming from me, because I am very much a destination guy. I want to get to the place, I want to climb the mountain and be at the top. But you have to step back and recognize when you are truly involved in something historic, right? You have to live in the moment, and I think we are in the moment for Expedition 33 right now. This is not the end of Sandfall Interactive. In fact, if this is their magnus opus, that is incredible. But it's not the end, it's the beginning. And so, again, we as content creators can make whatever the heck we want. You guys can watch whatever the heck you want. That's part of the joy of doing this. But when you take a character like Mael, so integral to the story, and you cheapen her to be a one-shot trick pony, it's just kind of lame, right? Because now you're no longer going through the game the way it was intended to be played. You're not experiencing all of the different levels. You're not experiencing all the different enemies. You're not experiencing the struggle and the challenge of trying to fight through the game. And I'm not talking about just like getting to the Paintress and defeating her. I'm talking about all the endgame stuff too, right? You really can't create a one-shot Mael build until you get to the endgame parts past the Paintress. And sure, at that point, maybe you just want the game to be over, but there's still so much more to do. And that's kind of what blows my mind about it, is that, you know, let's think about it, guys. Think about all the games that you've played where, like, you beat the game and then there's a prologue, and the prologue is like one cutscene. Nope, that's not Expedition 33. Oh, wait, there's another prologue? Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, wait, there's still 40-plus hours of content with side zones, endless tower, whatever. Yes, yeah. How incredible is that there is still more content, expansive content, post-end of the game that is actually meaningful. And again, I say to you, we are in the moment where a game like this is not going to come around again for quite a while. Maybe it's GTA 6, but like that's a completely different type of game, right? It's going to be successful for other reasons. This game is successful because it is immersive, it is incredibly competent, the systems are wicked smart and wicked intuitive and wicked fun. And then to cheapen all of that for a one-shot build just feels like you are truly taking the art out of something that is artistic. Yes, the game is incredible, but it is also a work of art, and all I wanted to say was enjoy it for what it is, try and live in it, try not to succumb to the quick and easy, because once this game is over, truly over, right? Yes, you can go do New Game Plus, that's always an option, but once this game is over, you are never going to have that same experience that you're having the first time you played it. And I actually started to feel that, I don't know, I'm like 10 hours post-Painterest, 20 hours post-Painterest, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I was sitting there, I was flying across with SKA, and I was like, oh man, I am never going to be able to play this game for the first time ever again. And I got a little, like, I got choked up. It's like, that's too strong of a explanation. I got sad. I got sad that this brilliant game is a game that I got to experience, and I'm grateful that I got to experience it. But ultimately, I'm never going to get back to a place where I can experience it for the first time again. And that is when I knew, okay, this is a top game of all time. Whether it's top 5, top 10, top 15 on your list, doesn't really matter. It's a top game of all time. So again, I say, for people to be out there cheapening the game by creating these Mael one-shot builds takes away from you guys experiencing what I would say is the best game this year, bar none. I don't think anything's going to come close that's launching after. And it's going to be one of those games that goes down in history as, oh, you played Expedition 33, right? It's synonymous to Elden Ring. It's synonymous to Legend of Zelda. It's synonymous to Witcher 3. Synonymous to Red Dead Redemption 2. It is going to be in that same category once it wins all the awards. Because once it wins all the awards, everybody else who's still sitting on the fence, like, oh man, I've been playing Oblivion Remastered, and I saw this game was doing really well, but I didn't pick it up. They're going to pick it up, and then all of a sudden, over time, you're going to see, oh, this game sold 5 million copies. Oh, this game sold 10 million copies. I'm so confident in that like there's not even a shadow of a doubt in my mind. This is one of the best games that was ever created. It's one of the best games that I have played in my lifetime, and it is the best game that was released and will be released this year. Don't cheapen it with one-shot builds. Don't cheapen it by trying to cut corners. Play the game to enjoy it, because these types of games do not come around that often.